Hi everyone, Jake here for FMSCOUT, and so many times in the comments of our Wonderkids videos we get asked, can you put a team of Wonderkids together and see how they do across the space of a whole season? Well, we've gone and done a bit better than that. We've gone and simulated 5 seasons with a full team of Wonderkids. Every player in the squad is a Wonderkid put to their maximum potential, and we're going to see just how far this team can go with no additional help on top of that. Can they win the league? Can they win the Champions League as they become better players, or will they fall short and not live up to the legacy that they could potentially reach? There's only one way to find out, so let's get right into it. Hi everyone, Jake here for FMSCOUT, and as I mentioned at the start of the video, today we're going to be taking a team of Wonderkids in FM22, setting them to their maximum possible potential and seeing how far they'll go within 5 seasons, taking over Norwich City. Of course, Norwich City haven't been doing too well in the Premier League in real life. It's a little bit on the up, but we're going to completely change their squad. Every player that they own will now be a Wonderkid. Now obviously that means that not every single Wonderkid is going to be in this team, but the majority of the ones you'd expect to be there are there, and we have a very strong squad. The only ones that we've really missed out are the ones I already consider too good of a player to walk into this team, so your Haalands, your Pedris and the likes of that. But yeah, we've got a great squad, a great video hopefully lined up here as we see how they do across the space of 5 seasons. Before we get into it though, I just want to ask you guys if you enjoy this kind of content, or if you want to be a legend and help us out, because it does help push these videos out to as many people as possible, then smash the like button. It would really mean a lot. This is obviously something that you guys have asked for, and it's something a little bit different to what I normally record, but hopefully you enjoy it. If you do, let me know what other videos of this nature you'd like to see, and comment down below how far you think this team will go. Subscribe to the channel as we aim for 130,000 subscribers by the end of the year. And last but not least, I'm almost done. If you want to check out my channel, linked in the description, we have a new save with Wolfsburg going on over there. A lot of you guys have came over and have enjoyed it, so if you just want to come over, check out an episode, give it a go, see what you think. You never have to come back again if you don't want to, but if you could check the first few episodes out, then that would be awesome. So I'm all done, on with the video. First of all, we'll look at the squad that we have with this Norwich team. I won't go into every detail about every single player, but every player on this list has potential not just to be a Wonderkid, but to be one of the world's best Wonderkids in that position. So goalkeepers, you can see we've got the likes of Mickey van Sass, Van der Voort and Mamar Dashvili, who is one of my favourites this year, and I'm sure there'll be individual Wonderkids superstar episodes on these players on how to make them as effective as possible. We've got Morato of Benfica, we've got Ilya Zabrani, who is one of my favourite Wonderkid centre-backs this year. All I've done is I've gone onto them and changed them to play for this club and got rid of the original players that Norwich had. So your Pukis and your Cantwells are all at Wigan, I think I put them to, and I've brought every other player in here using the editor of course, and I've set their potential to the maximum end. We've got Nyanzu, one of the best centre-backs of this year's Football Manager. We've got Livramento and Lamptey, 2 English full-backs playing for us now. We've got Yuri and Timber of Ajax, Calafiori of Roma, I believe it is, right? Yeah, Roma. Yeah, plenty of amazing talent in this list. I think the ones that will do amazing straight away are your likes of Mariba, Jobazlai, Madueke should be really good for us. We've got Yusuf Demir, Lorenzo Luca, Mokoku, Sesko, Luca Romero, Kvarat Tashilia. We've got plenty of players who I think are going to cause a real problem for other Premier League sides. But of course, one of the main things this team lacks is experience, team leadership, players to mentor and nurture the younger players, which usually your side would have. On top of that, we're going to be holidaying, so I'm not going to be taking one-to-one action with all of these players, looking after them on a day-to-day. The assistant manager and the rest of the staff will do that. We've upgraded Norwich's facilities to be maximum, so that shouldn't cause an issue for us, and we're going to see how far up the league this team will go. See whether this is all you need in Football Manager. You can just sit back, put some Wonderkids in, let them reach 180, 190 current ability, sit back and reap the rewards, or whether tactics play a massive deal, whether your one-to-one leadership, your dynamics and keeping on top of contracts and happiness, how much of an impact that will cause. Before we simulate, I should of course talk about the tactic that we're going to use, and all it is the 4-2-3-1 Gegenpress preset that the game provides. I've switched it from balance to positive because that's just what I like, and I've changed the midfield to Metzala and a box-to-box midfielder just because I think it suits our players nicely, and I've used this kind of formation before and it's done perfectly fine for me. Not a game-breaking formation, there's no corner tactic or anything just to prove it. As you can see, nothing special has been instructed on these corners, it's just a standard one that the game provides. And we're going to see how we get on. I think this team will do very, very well. Hopefully we'll win a few cups, maybe a league title, a Champions League, or maybe just a European trophy. We'll see how far we'll go. Drop your predictions down below of how we're going to do. But exciting times do lie ahead for Norwich if we go to the competition, Premier League and season preview. The game predicts that even with the team we've got, we're going to finish 19th. I'm not sure if that's because it just hasn't updated the players that we've got. Although it is on here, our best 11 is the players that we're looking at right now. So in theory, the game obviously is looking for players of real quality, real standout quality already, and it considers this Watford squad to be better than what we've got here. Of course, as Football Manager players, we don't believe that to be the case because we've got potential, and potential is the thing that everyone wants in Football Manager. But will it work out for us? Who knows? Let's simulate 5 seasons, but first of all, we'll check in on the team after 2 seasons and then after 5, see how everyone's getting on, and see how far this team can go and how well these players develop. Okay everyone, here we are at the end of our second season with this Wonderkid Norwich team, Wonderkid FC we're going to call them, and we have finished 7th in the Premier League, which I think grants us access to the Europa 2 Conference League, whatever it's called. I think that's what we've got. It's not the best finish in the world. We were barely getting in that spot as well because we've only just finished ahead of Leicester, Everton, Tottenham, West Ham. The Premier League is of course a fiercely competitive league, but we're still a mile off where we need to be if we want to challenge for the top 4 and especially the title. It seems like individually some of our players are doing well, but we're at least doing better than what the media predicted. If we look at where the media was predicting us at the start of this season, we can see the game now thinks that we should finish 8th, which is a massive jump over the 2 years. So clearly they're rating our players higher as they begin to develop, as their reputation increases, and this is what they reckon is our best 11 in the formation that we use. It's not the best performance in the world, let's be real. They haven't gone and stole the Premier League by storm as you might expect. Runners up in a variety of competitions. Runners up in Europa League is not bad at all. Runners up in the FA Cup, a bit unlucky. Runners up in the Community Shield means that likely in the first season we didn't win the Premier League, so I assume we must have won the FA Cup. Let's just check our history and competitions. Here we go, Premier League nothing, FA Cup, there we go. We won it in 2022, and then second season runners up. Not bad for a Norwich team, to be honest, to take them from pretty much relegation certainty to a team that's finishing second in the Europa League, winning an FA Cup, and the next year going all the way to the final again. If we go to average rating and who's been playing well for us, we can see Dominic Szoboszlai has been performing wonders for our guy's side, now a 4.5-star player. He's doing very well in our team, as you would expect. He was a bit older than some of the others, so he's already very experienced, but Yusuf Moukoko, who can only be, about 18, 17, I was going to say, is already hitting mad numbers, as you would expect from this guy. It seems like the assistant manager isn't using him in every single game, but when he does play, he's done very well for us, and he is starting to shape up into a real beast, and a lot of these players still have lots of potential to reach just yet. Nyanzu, of course, is looking very good, as he always does. Mariba looking good as well. I think we've got a very good squad on our hands here. Yes, we're not winning the Premier League or anything just yet, but you'd hope in a few years, as these players start to develop, we will see our team getting closer to being that kind of level. It's just really cool to see all these Wonderkids in one place. If you want, just take a picture of these, scout as many as you can in your save, see if you can sign any of them. They'd all be absolute superstars for you. Nice to see Noni Madueke doing very good for us here on that right hand side. So yeah, team's doing well. We can definitely do a lot better. 1 FA Cup won so far. Hopefully we can win something else in the other 3 years. But we'll see how we get on. As you can see so far, it doesn't look like just having a team of Wonderkids is guaranteed success. However, when we get to Season 5, a lot of these players will be close to or reaching their potential. So that'll be a bigger test of how much your guys' impact affects a team in Football Manager. So let's simulate 3 more years with this Wonderkid team. Hopefully, a few more trophies on the line, or maybe not. Let's find out. Okay, everybody, here we are, Season 5, 5 years in with this Wonderkid team. As we can see, some of the same faces are doing absolutely amazing for us. But unfortunately, as a team, we're clearly lacking that little bit of leadership, little bit of guidance, not from just the older players, but of course, if we were to take a more hands-on approach with these players. And we have finished 5th, not making a Champions League spot yet, 69 points, hasn't been the best performance, but we have finished above Chelsea and Manchester United. Nice to see Newcastle getting in and about there. I managed them at the start of FM22 and it was very, very fun. If you are enjoying the video so far, don't forget to hit the like button and don't forget to find my channel linked in the description if you want to check out the new Wolfsburg save. They're a different team in green and that's probably the only way that I can link it to this video, but there you go. If you want to check it out, feel free. But yeah, 5th place in the Premier League, 69 points, a bit closer to the top of the league than we were before. Getting into the Champions League, it looks like, after our 4th season and only just getting knocked out of a very tough group, because I think getting 10 points in a group and not going through is a bit rough on us. We've done the best we could there, but St Gallen were basically just the punching bags of this group here. We were knocked out in the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup, but we did win the FA Cup, and again we got very close to European glory, but I can't tell you exactly, I haven't checked yet, how well we did in the other 2 seasons. But Moukoko is doing really well for us, Szoboszlai is of course doing really well for us, Nyanzu as well, seem to be the 3 key players in our team. Nice to see us doing so well, but I would have liked us to have won a Premier League by now, but it looks like we're nowhere near that level. Although, arguably if you go to Arsenal's team in terms of talent, ours is better. It is purely down to the fact, I think, that obviously hands-on management is very important, but they've got experience in their team, and you need a bit of experience and a bit of youth, I think, to make a team work as effectively as possible. It looks like some players not developing in certain positions has caused us a bit of a problem. You would argue that Jurian Timber should never have been our first choice left back, and one of the other two players were who are they? Calafiori should have developed a little bit, and Miguel Gutierrez was of course a left back that should have hit some real heights, but he just never did, unfortunately. I think that has caused us a few issues, and that's kind of a case in a few other positions. Noni Madueke is now nowhere near good enough to play in this inverted winger role compared to some of the other players at this club, and shouldn't be classed as a regular starter apparently, and should only be a fringe player, and that's saying something because he's a very good player looking at him attributes wise. But some of our current stars are Tariq Lamptey, looking like a very nice right back, but pretty much what you'd expect from him. Mamardashvili has become a top quality goalkeeper in my opinion. I really like him, one of my favourite Wonderkids this year. Mariba is a beast, particularly physically. What a midfielder we've got there with the Guinean. Then we've got Nyanzu, who is of course a top tier centre back at this point, physically pretty much impeccable. Then probably the best three players at the club currently are Yusuf Demir in that attacking midfielder role. He could play anywhere on that forward line and would absolutely smash it, and they all still have room to develop too. Jobazlai, again, looking absolutely insane. And then Malkoko, as you would expect, is an absolute beast in the areas that he needs to be, and there's a reason why he's scoring so many goals and has interest from PSG, and I'm sure we probably won't be able to hold on to him for too much longer now that I won't be actively trying to keep every single player at the club. But it's slightly disappointing. Let's have a look at how we've done overall. Just goes to show how much of an impact your guys' management will have on a team. But if we go to competitions, we can see Premier League, we didn't even get to third place in that. FA Cup, we have won twice in our time here and we're runners-up another time. Europa League seemed to just not be our thing. We've gone runners-up in that 3 times now, which would have been nice if we'd had, 3 Europa League wins to go alongside this. You'd say that was pretty successful. But no Champions League glory, not even a knockout stage I don't think, and no Premier League glory. We did have a Conference League win in there, which puts us next to the likes of, wow, this is going to be impressive, isn't it? Past winners. Chelsea, Copenhagen, Leipzig and West Ham, not too bad names to be put next to, but you would argue we should do better. Again there, Tottenham getting very close to silverware but not quite getting it. Unfortunately there for you Tottenham fans. Well, that is slightly disappointing though. I would have liked our team to have gone a little bit further, but it does go to show, like I say, how important your guys' management and experience is. But this was just a little experiment to see how far a Wonderkid FC team can go. Let us know in the comments if you'd like to see anything similar to this. Hopefully you have enjoyed it as a way to look at that old saying of you can't win anything with kids. I think you can prove here that you can, just maybe you need a bit of experience in there as well alongside that. But there you go, hopefully I've enjoyed it. Hopefully I'll see you on the next video, so stay safe and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.